Okay, so you've probably seen this book everywhere. It's on social media, it's in every bookstore window. We're diving into the world of Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. So what's the deal? Why is this story about war, dragons, and survival completely taking over the world? Let's get into it. Whoa. Okay, so that line right there, that's not just some cool, edgy quote for the back of the book. That's the entire rule book for this world. It tells you everything you need to know about the brutal, high-stakes game we're about to play. Where just being strong is not going to be enough to save you. All right, so let's set the stage. If you're picturing, happy, enchanted forests and noble heroes on a quest, you can just throw that idea right out the window. The world of Fourth Wing is forged in fire and conflict, where every single day is just about making it to the next one. So, here are the basics. We're talking Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and the genre, well, it's a mix. It's like fantasy, high-stakes romance, and non-stop action all got thrown into a blender on the highest possible setting. And honestly, that potent combination is exactly why it's grabbed such a massive audience.
And you really need to get this straight from the jump. This is a survival story, first and foremost. The book makes it crystal clear that death isn't just a possibility, it's an expectation. The question isn't if a character is going to die, it's when. And that makes every single choice feel like it has life or death consequences, because it usually does.
So you've got this absolute meat grinder of a world, right? And into that world walks our main character. And she is, by every measure, the last person you would ever expect to survive here. Let's meet Violet Sorrengail. Her whole life plan was to be a scribe. Quiet, safe, surrounded by books and history. But her mom, who just happens to be a ruthless general, basically says, nope, not happening. Instead, Violet gets forced into the Bajgyath War College, a school designed to do one of two things: turn you into a dragon rider, or kill you in the process. For someone like Violet, who's physically fragile, yeah, it's pretty much a death sentence. And that's the central struggle for her character. On the one hand, her body is seen as a huge liability in a place that's designed to break people. But on the other hand, her mind is an absolute fortress. She's not going to outmuscle anybody, so she has to outthink everybody. We're talking about using her scribe's knowledge to mix poisons, or recalling some obscure battle strategy to find an opponent's weakness. Her survival literally depends on her being smarter than everyone else in the room.
So with the odds just impossibly stacked against her, something's gotta give. And when it finally does, it completely shatters every rule this world thought it had.
And this is the question you're asking yourself on every single page. How is she going to get out of this one? Every trial, every fight, it all feels completely insurmountable. You're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the answer, believe it or not, comes down to this number: 2. That's right. In a world where bonding with just one dragon is a brutal, often fatal process, Violet does the unthinkable. She bonds with 2 of them. This has never, ever happened before. So, in the blink of an eye, she goes from being the weakest cadet to potentially the most powerful. Which sounds great, right? Except it also paints a gigantic target right on her back. Because, that kind of unprecedented power doesn't just attract dragons, it attracts a whole lot of danger. And this is where the story gets really juicy, diving headfirst into a minefield of secrets, politics, and seduction. And of course, we have to talk about Axton Ryerson. He's the most powerful and dangerous rider in his year. And oh yeah, he's the son of a traitor that Violet's own mother had executed. So he should hate her. He probably wants to kill her. But there's this undeniable electric connection between them that turns into one of the most intense enemy-to-lover storylines you'll ever read. And that's really what makes the romance so compelling. It's not happening in a bubble. It's unfolding while they're under the constant threat of death, surrounded by political conspiracies, and slowly realizing that the entire war they've been trained to fight might be built on a massive lie. This quote really pivots the whole story towards its deeper meaning. The dragons, the fighting, that's all just surface-level danger. The real, rotten core of the problem is the institution itself, the system. And I think this is why the book resonates with so many people. Sure, it's an action-packed fantasy, but it's also digging into some really big themes. It constantly pushes the idea that real strength comes from intelligence and wit. It seriously questions the morality of just following orders. And man, it puts every character's love and loyalty to the absolute test. Okay, so after all of that, we get to the big question. Should you pick this book up? Let's break it down real quick. So, who is this book for? Well, if you love that mix of fantasy and non-stop action, and you're looking for a really strong, whip-smart female lead, you should absolutely grab this.
Also, be warned, this is just book 1 of a much longer series, so be ready to commit. Now, on the flip side, if you're looking for something with slow, beautiful, literary writing, this probably isn't it. And, well, if you just don't like fantasy, this one's an easy skip.
And honestly, that quote says it all. This book is a pure shot of adrenaline. It doesn't ease you in, it shoves you into the fire from page 1 and never really lets you go. So, what do you think? Are you ready to jump into a world where survival is everything, and the victors are the ones who get to rewrite history?